6 coverages you need if you run a towing operation. Hey gang, Nick Slotta here. I'm the founder and president of Red Ox Insurance Agency. Here at Red Ox, we focus on all things transportation. So one of our niches is towing, and there are 6 coverages you definitely need if you're in the towing business. The first is your auto liability. That's going to cover the bodily injury and property damage that you or your drivers do to someone else. So there's an accident, tow truck hits the car, rear ends the car in front of it, there's an injury and the car's damaged. Your auto liability coverage takes care of that for you. You're also going to need general liability. So general liability is any liability that you're responsible for that is not related to the auto. So for example, let's say you have a yard, a lot where you keep the cars, and someone's on there to pick up their car that was repossessed or whatever, and they slip and fall and they get injured. General liability covers that. You're also going to need unhook coverage. So for the tow truck, unhook covers the vehicle that you're towing. So if something were to happen, a rock flies up and hits it while you're driving, it's going to be covered under the unhook coverage. And then you're going to need garage keepers if you are keeping the vehicle on your premise, like if you have a lot and you're storing it. So while it's in your care, custody, and control, garage keepers will cover that vehicle for you if something were to occur to it. And then workers' compensation. If you have a W-2 employee or employees, you're going to need workers' compensation, which is going to cover the employee, the driver, if they get injured, whether they're at any point in the line of duty. So if they're on the side of the road hooking something up and they cut their finger, their hand, or whatever, workers' compensation is going to cover the injuries to your employees while they're on duty, work-related injuries. And then finally is the physical damage coverage. That's the comp and the collision coverage that's going to cover your vehicles if they were to get damaged in an accident or whatever. The comp could be a windshield claim or hail damage or theft. And then the collision is actually colliding with another item, a car or a fence or whatever. So those are the coverages you're going to need. And just a tip, I know one strategy to save money on insurance is to kind of maybe piecemeal it out. So have your liability, your auto liability with one company, your general liability with another company, and then all your different stuff spread out to have an overall savings. But sometimes that savings isn't really worth it, because if there's a claim that occurs and there's an injury or there's property damage, the different entities, the different insurance companies might haggle over who's responsible. So you might have your auto liability say, no, it's not us, it's covered under general liability. And general liability say, no, it's not us, it's covered under auto liability. The next thing you know, you just got a mess on your hands. It's not worth it just to save a couple $100. So in a perfect world, if you can combine all these coverages under one insurance company, that way you know it's going to be covered. They're not going to be able to complain about stuff like that. And at minimum, if you're going to do this, at least have all the liability coverages with one company, and then your physical damage, which is your comp and collision, with another one, because then there's really no argument there. So those are some savings tips for you there, and insurance coverage advice. So if you need an insurance quote, feel free to give us a call at 502-510-3030, or you can go to our website, redoxinsurance.com, REDOX insurance.com, and you can fill out the quote request form, whichever way you prefer. We'd love to hear from you. We'll do everything we can to earn and keep your trust and business. And feel free to comment below if you have any questions, concerns. Like this video, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Happy to help you any way we can. Thank you.